And we continue to lead the way on breaking news from over the Rhine. 59 evidence markers lining the street tonight after gunfire rings out, striking 4 people, including 3 children. Thank you for joining us. I'm Chris Jacobs.
And I'm Ashley Kirkland. Police confirming with us tonight that those children were as young as 10-year-old. And we are just walking down the streets they were. We do have a team of reporters live near the scene. We begin with WLWT News 5's Lindsay Stone, who is at Main Street and Lang. And Lindsay, you've been there since nearly the beginning of when this happened. Can you tell us what's happening now?
Well, police confirm with us that a 10-year-old, a 14-year-old, a 15-year-old, and an adult man, possibly around 25 years old, were shot. Now, I'm going to step out of the way. You can see the scene has cleared, but right in the middle of the street, there's still glass, and I even saw a fragment of a bullet, of some sort of, shrapnel that's here at the scene. As I mentioned, the scene is now clearing, but just a little while ago, this was very, very active. Multiple agencies here on the scene. Now, again, we're told the injuries are non-life-threatening. The juveniles have been transported to Cincinnati Children's Hospital. But this happened in a very residential area. Multiple people outside when this happened. I actually spoke to a woman who was sitting on her porch, and she thought what she heard was fireworks. She thought maybe there was a Reds game in town, and so she thought it was just fireworks. She heard several noises kind of back to back, then a pause, and several more. And so she said she didn't really realize what had happened until she heard so many sirens responding outside. Now, this happened in broad daylight. Police telling us these children were just walking outside when this happened. The police chief tell us this kind of violence is not tolerated in our city.
I don't care who you are, you should not tolerate this kind of behavior in our city. In broad daylight, folks. These were children walking down the street. That is unacceptable for somebody to think they could drive down the street, fire this many rounds, and just keep driving and think they're going to get away with it. They are not going to get away with this.
Now, police say they're not sure if this was targeted. They also have been able to review some of the surveillance video from this area, and they're not sure if the juveniles and the man were together. They don't believe that they were, but again, they're trying to figure this out right now. Again, this all happened with children. School just got out, and so police are asking the public, if you are a guardian or a parent, keep a close eye on your kids. Reporting here in over in the Rhine, Lindsay Stone at WLWT News 5.
Yeah, Lindsay, we can't say that enough. Kids were shot here today, 3 of them. What's the message for parents as summer break begins, as you said, and students are just trying to enjoy their summer off?
Yeah, police are just saying if they're not enrolled in some kind of after-school activity, to get them involved and just keep a close eye on them. Obviously, there's so many questions as to why this happened or what happened here. But again, police just asking guardians to keep a close eye on your kids, have a way for them to get in touch with you. God forbid something like this happens. Again, just a horrible situation, Ashley. This is in broad daylight. 3 kids just walking on the street. So obviously a lot of angry parents tuning in right now. We're going to try to get more answers, and we'll update you as soon as we learn more. But again, for now, here and over the Rhine, Lindsay Stone at WLWT News 5.
Thanks so much, Lindsay. And WLWT News 5's Jatera McGee is also on the scene right now.
Yeah, and Jatera, you actually just spoke to someone who had a close call with some of these suspects. Jatera.
Yeah, and Chris and Ashley, I'll get to that in just one moment. I want to tell you, though, this search for these suspects, the shooters who opened fire on several people today, hitting at least 4 of them, is very active at this point. I want to give you a sense of this area. The shooting, of course, happening right near Grant Park. You can see that there are people lining the sidewalks on both sides of the street. That is very typical for this area, this part of Over the Rhine. So you can imagine when this gunfire, when this shooting happened just a couple of hours ago, there were people scrambling, trying to get to safety, and unfortunately, 3 kids getting caught up in the mix. I also want to point out that the park that I'm standing in right now is empty. It is an evening on a summer day. CPS school is out for the summer, and there's no one in this park because a lot of the kids who live in this area, their parents are afraid to have them come here because of things like this. I spoke with someone who was driving through the area. She had her 3 kids in the car. She saw the shooter's car stop. Her vehicle was hit in the process. I'm going to show you those images later tonight. But she says it was the scariest thing that's ever happened to her. Her 11-month-old baby was in that car, and she said she saw one shooter firing out of the sunroof, another firing out of the window with a semi-automatic or automatic weapon. Police now honing in on those suspects.
Sentinel Carswell Department, be on the lookout for a stolen vehicle, a 2017 Hyundai Sonata, 4-door black in color, with a Kentucky temp tag of boy 908951. Vehicle has tinted windows, black rims, a silver stripe on the bottom near the running board, does have a pink ribbon running through the tag. Vehicle is possibly used in a felonious assault, 1645 Walnut, Cincinnati District 1. Assume all occupants are armed and dangerous.
And again, that description, very important, because a lot of the time we don't get that information right away. Police don't even get that information right away. So they want people to know to be on the lookout for that vehicle. Again, the witness describing one person shooting out of the sunroof, another out of the window, and having some pretty intense weaponry here. I also want to mention that there are community advocates that show up to these things all of the time, many that you heard from if you were watching WLWT earlier this evening. One let me know about an event that's coming up just this Friday. It's sponsored by the Urban League. It's a resource day here in the park. It's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., trying to bring hope and help to this area and to people who need jobs and mental health resources. These are the efforts that are going on simultaneously as now a chaotic evening has just unfolded and police are trying to figure out who did it. Reporting live tonight, Jatera McGee, WLWT News 5.
Jatera, I know we're still looking for that car. Any word from witnesses on what the people who were in that car or person may have looked like, or who police might be looking for, male, female?
That's a good question, Ashley, and I would say that that's the first question that police asked them. I will say the woman I spoke with described, she said men, but you know, oftentimes when you're in this traumatic situation, she said she thought that they might be kids. Oftentimes when you're in these traumatic situations, you're not thinking about remembering what you saw. You're also trying to take cover, and the trauma kicks in too. So sometimes those descriptions aren't accurate anyway. So she believed it might be two maybe teen boys, but police, of course, trying to figure that out and get a better glimpse of exactly who they are.
All right, hopefully police can come to an end of this investigation very soon. Jatera McGee live for us in OTR. Thanks so much, Jatera. And the 10, 14, and 15-year-olds were taken to Cincinnati Children's Hospital for treatment.
And that's where we find WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick live. Brian, you just spoke with a family member of another juvenile who says he was actually grazed in the shooting.
Yeah, well, a lot of the victims came here, as you guys talked about. We were here on another story, and we saw the police and the ambulances coming in here. There were 3 or 4 police officers here. Crime scene unit was here as well. And the ambulances came up this way. And so we ran into one of the folks, the mothers of one of these victims. She said her son, 12 years old, was grazed by a bullet. She said it grazed his head. So that's way closer than you ever want to be to a bullet in a situation like this. Of course, the families are upset. They were here trying to just make sure everybody was okay. Her son, she said, was okay, but everyone very shaken up, and still more victims who are in here with more serious injuries being treated at this hour. Reporting live, Brian Hamrick, WLWT News 5.
All right, Brian, and of course you mentioned how lucky these families are, but are they going to do anything going forward in terms of precaution or trying to keep themselves safe?
Well, you know, it's one of those things. What's a parent to try and do about something like this? It's so random. These kids are playing in a neighborhood where they feel comfortable being, and all of a sudden gunfire rings out. It could happen anywhere. You know, it's just a shame that you got to, now teach your kids about what to do when someone opens up gunfire and how to hide and how to get away.
Yeah, Brian. All right. Of course, as you mentioned, a lot of randomness to all of this, and that's the scariest part. Thank you so much. We'll continue to follow this breaking news throughout the night here on air and on our website. That's WLWT.com.